because meditation ruined my life, led me to the brink of divorce, and cost me my job. That's why I joined the group. So I had a new member join a group this week, and people went around and discussed why they joined the group. And this was Bibby's introduction. Bibby explained that they got very into meditation and they had tremendous kind of new awareness, particularly around things that bugged them and aggravated them. And that in these early stages of their meditation practice, they would notice it and they had very little skills or reflection about what to do with this agitation that they're feeling. And they would just say, "This is stupid. Why don't you clean up your desk? You're lying to me again. I should have never trusted you." This went from their partner to their boss to their family members. And the striking thing that Bibby said in group is sometimes as they began their meditation practice, they did seem like they were kind of more accurate and people were kind of being contradictory and sometimes, or people were kind of building themselves up from low self-esteem, but just as often they were wrong about how they were seeing the world and how they were seeing other people. So Bibby has been in group for about 8 years now, and I think has moved from just awareness, which is an early stage of what we do in counseling sometimes, to kind of, you might say, self-reflection, contemplation, understanding why these things happen, having more awareness as these feelings build, having more possibilities of what to do. So this is an example of why we would study and why we would be in experiential groups as part of training to be a counselor. So whether it's Buddhism, other spiritual traditions, individual psychotherapy theory, or group psychotherapy theory, or industrial organizational psychology, or social psychology, we're studying what does the mind do. And in the case of Bibby, like many people, the thing that was most distressing and created the most trouble in their life was what their mind did when they were in relationships with other people. So over the course of these many years that Bibby has been in group, Bibby could see that get aggravated at another group member and initially would just kind of blow up in a way similar to their father, this internalized model of how you express frustration or aggression. And it would hurt people's feelings. It almost got them removed from group early on in group. And over time, they were able to kind of catch that and expand the possibilities, working on communication skills, being able to begin to make I statements, doing some self-regulation practices, asking others how they're experiencing what's going on, saying this is what they think is going on, they're not sure about it. But something that Bibby really highlighted, and Bibby is kind of a manager for a startup IT company, so it was managing teams and managing investors, so a lot of social interactions. And Bibby talked about just noticing through being in a group and participating how people may not be saying their truth when conformity is taking over the group in some way, when they might be setting someone up to do an enactment with them, which for them would be kind of disappear and get quiet and wait for someone to pull them out. And then if someone doesn't pull them out, kind of like say something really sarcastic. This is, a model that they had seen, and then a model that they incorporated it kind of into their life. But really, really highlighted also how what were the hooks for other people's enactments in some way. Bibby always got hooked in the group and in their life by members who were quiet and felt like they had a lot to say, and oftentimes that they were sitting on some kind of rage, which is, just total projection from their own experience in some way, but how oftentimes in their life and in the group, they would kind of chase after people who weren't really interested in dialoguing with them at that moment and kind of ignore the people who were interested in what they had to say, had thoughts, had feelings about what they had to say. So in this community lab class, we're going to be in group, but through watching these videos, you're going to learn lots of different theories about what the mind does in group, what the mind does in relationship. And so you'll hopefully go from this initial awareness stage to kind of some reflective ability, and then drawing on the wisdom of generations and people who've dedicated their lives to kind of understanding what the mind does, what are people's behaviors, how do groups act, being able to learn these different models, these different ways of thinking, being able to see if this is happening, how it fits, how it doesn't fit, is the link between just awareness and, I would say, right speech, right action in some way. So by understanding your experience, the dynamics of the group, when you move forward into other groups into your life, when you move into relationships with your clients, when you move into relationships with your employers in the future, potentially you'll move from this kind of sensitivity of initial awareness to kind of more skills. This story I just felt like I had to share with you all, and it's not an uncommon story that someone will look me up or look someone else up about meditation and psychotherapy. Will probably be you in the future, and then they reach out, or someone in their life reaches out, and they kind of tell this story of their journey from the kind of peeling away the layers, or they're peeling away their skin, increasing their sensitivity, and having a very, very difficult time in these initial stages of practice. And then, over time, there is more, typical research of meditation, kind of more self-reflection, kind of more regulation, kind of more compassion, kind of an expansion of perspectives, more self-control, right? More discipline. So that's why you're doing this. So baby today stays in group. Seems, with life's always hard, but seems to, with what's the impact that they can have in their own life, seems like they're doing a good job and getting a lot of what they want. And of course, nothing's ever perfect, and you never get everything you want. And there's always that existential angst, dukkha, disappointment, lack. But I changed the details, of course, a little bit about baby, but I'll never forget that meditation ruined my life. That's why I joined group. Take care. Bye-bye.